So we're going to have a little adventure through Etherscan, and we're going to look at some ERC20 token contracts for Ethereum and just inspect the code, and we're going to see how they might work as a cryptocurrency. We're going to see basically some things that are going to be shocking to most people, because most ERC20 tokens are created completely out of thin air and could be manipulated, and nobody has any idea. They could be exit scammed. There's some really, really huge fundamental flaws in these ERC20 tokens, and they're not cryptocurrencies. They're absolutely not cryptocurrencies because they don't work like a cryptocurrency. They work like fiat. This is the token contract for ZRX, which is the coin, or the token, rather. It's a token because it's a centralized monarchy token. So it's totally non-mined. You can see in the contract here that it is your standard ERC20 token, unlimited allowance token, which just means that there's some different math for allowing smart contracts to use your funds. But basically, if you see where it is deployed, where is that? Oh, balances message.sender equals total supply. That little line of code gives the deployer, who's message.sender, all of the tokens. Look at that, 10 to the power of 27 tokens to one Ethereum account. That one Ethereum account, then what do? Maybe they'll do some airdrops. Maybe they'll do some ICOs on third-party platforms. Maybe they'll be legit. We have no idea. They're all going to anonymous Ethereum accounts that we can't keep track of. Therefore, they could be going to their friends. It could be going to themselves at different addresses. Even if they have ICO where Ether is paid for, then the Ether is just going right back into their own account, so they can buy infinite ZRX and basically print infinite free ZRX for themselves during deployment, during these distribution methods. Therefore, that again is another fail. That is a centralized monarchy token at its finest. Let's go find some more. So here is the contract for status, the ERC20 token. It's quite large, but what you see here is that there is a method here for actually buying into the status ICO, and what you can see here is you're basically spending Ether to get the tokens, and there's a max gas price, and your contract aren't allowed to do it. You have to actually be a non-contract account to buy these tokens with the Ether in the ICO. But the problem is all of the Ether gets added to this fund, right? And then the fund is really controlled by the deployer, so the deployer is getting all the Ether in the end. So that means that even though they're doing an ICO and it's actually in the contract, so there's no like humans handling the Ether, sort of like handling the transaction, even though the transaction is happening on chain, the real problem is that the deployer can buy as many status as they want for free indirectly, because any ETH that they spend on the token, they'll just immediately get back, because since it'll go back into their own coffers, their own reserves. Therefore, the deployer can print infinite status during the ICO for themselves at zero cost. That does not make a good currency. You might as well just have a centralized ICO, not even in the token contract at all. So, moving on. I've never actually seen this one before, going in blind, and this one's OMG token. Don't have high hopes. So let's see here. Looks like they are just using ERC20 basic. Yep, so their standard token contract is inheriting a basic token. That's a very, very, that's the vanilla ERC20 contract. Let's see how they initialize it here. Let's see if we can find that. Yeah, ooh, they call it a mintable token. Yeah, so they can mint any amount to any person at any time. Only the owner can mint. So there we go. So there's this mint function, but it's not really like mining at all. It's just that the owner can print infinite OMG to themselves whenever they want, and that never stops, basically. Oh, that's really cool. So it even increases the total supply. So that means that but when they finish mining, that can no longer be done. But basically, they can just print forever, infinitely OMG until this function is called, and then once this function is called, they can never mint again. But has that actually been called? Is minting finished equal to true? Let's see. Oh, it is true. So that's fine. So okay, so they can't print any more OMG, but during the deployment period, they could print infinite OMG tokens. They'd give them all to themselves, or just as they control, or their friends, or whatever. We have no idea. And then they could have an ICO. They could airdrop them. They could do all this, but still, they could just airdrop it all to accounts they control. There's no accountability. They could, if they ICO it, they could buy into their own ICO. Because the ether that they spend on the ICO will just go back into their own coffers, so they can, risklessly buy infinite OMG with as much ether they have, and then just kind of loop it back in, because it's going to go. Basically, they're paying themselves for the tokens anyway. So, again, this is another fail. Centralized monarchy token. Let's see what else we can find. Here's an example of a real garbage coin. The really funny thing is the contract is exactly like a lot of other contracts from quality, quote-unquote, quality ERC20 tokens. But, if they have the same exact contract as this, not really sure what's going on there. Obviously, those aren't currency. They're just equities or something. It's, it's not cryptocurrency. I mean, ERC20 like this, that's vanilla. That's, not mined. It's just poofed out of thin air. That's not a cryptocurrency. It's not a currency. It's poofed out of thin air. It's garbage. It is just root bucks. It's just a monarchy token. It's an arcade token. So let's see. Okay, let's see what they do. Let's give the message.sender all the tokens on deployment. Yeah, and then they can like airdrop. Oh, only the owner can like airdrop massive amounts or something. Yeah, that's just disgusting. Oh, this just takes it from the owner and airdrops it. But I don't know why they put this method in the contract. They're really stupid. They could just put it in a different contract. So that's kind of weird. We could totally just put that in a different contract. But this is what matters. This right here. They're deploying, giving every single coin to themselves, their Ethereum account, or whatever Ethereum account they want, or it could be, and then they airdrop it or give it away or whatever to their friends. They're gonna probably keep like 40%. They keep 90%. We have no idea. There's no accountability. It's on a blockchain, but all of the accounts are like anonymous. Okay, like anyone can make a new account. It's just a random number. We don't know. We can't link all this together. There's no feasible way. Not right now. There's there's absolutely no way. And there won't be for a very long time, anyways. Even if there is. So garbage. Any token that looks like this is just true bucks. You can't trust it. They could exit scam. It's funny is this actually did exit scam. So, yeah, EBTC. I mean, it's just we need to get off of monarchy tokens on Ethereum. We need to get into pure mined ERC20 tokens. Okay, so this is a one of a kind ERC20 token contract. Okay, this is 0x BTC or 0x Bitcoin. It follows basically the ERC20 standard. Absolutely does follow the ERC20 standard. But it also follows EIP 918, which anybody can use. Let's take a look at that right now. So, EIP 918 mineable token standard. More people should be using this. It's an ability to create a proof of work mined ERC20 token. It's a spec. Describes exactly how to do it. Very easy. There are miners already made for you to do this. Okay. So all you'd have to do is deploy your ERC20 token contract, kind of similar to this, right? So what's happening is, let's see how this is initialized. That's kind of the most important part. So, total supply. Yep, there's a total supply. But, we're not giving the owner the entire total supply. Look at that. That's crazy. That's crazy. So what's going on here? So the deployer starts with absolutely 0 tokens. So how are tokens created? There's a mint method. This requires a Catch 256 challenge, so you have to do proof of work, and if you're successful at finding a golden nonce, just like kind of mining Bitcoin, then you will be rewarded with reward amount, which is a number of tokens, and then the next mining round starts essentially right there. So this means that everyone, even the deployer, everyone had to use proof of work to create these tokens. They were not created out of thin air. The deployer has no added advantage. Very interesting. So this ERC20 token could be a currency. It is a sound, fundamentally, sound, scarce currency that's decentralized. It's decentralized in every single way. It's decentralized not only because it's on a blockchain, which is not even relevant, but it's decentralized because it was never in the hands of a monarch. There's no monarch. There's nobody that controls the contract. There's nobody that started with all of the tokens to begin with. The tokens, it really are owned by, they're kind of managed by the contract. The contract is the monarch. It's an autonomous system where the contract is the ruler and the leader of the whole thing, which is the way that it should be if you're trying to create a currency, a real currency, like Bitcoin, like Litecoin, like Dogecoin. Right? Those are actual cryptocurrencies. That is what this is. These other ERC20 tokens, they're not currency. They're not cryptocurrency. They're arcade tokens. They're spawned out of thin air. It's not anywhere near the same thing. And it's all clear as day here in the Solidity code on Etherscan for you all to see. That's what's so great about the Ethereum blockchain. It's all open. It's all there.